Everybody, welcome to my kitchen. So, what's cooking in my kitchen tonight? We will be preparing something really delicious with a little bit Asian vibe. Okay, so if it's the first time you are looking at me, seeing me, watching me on either Bureau Tapioca de Diama, YouTube, my personal profile, or on my personal group, my VIP group. So that's what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to go on my live and I will share it. Okay. And if you want to do so, it will really help me out. Okay. If you can share it either on your personal profile, in your story, if you have a group, if you are from the Salesforce, that would be awesome because you're going to inspire your customer also. Maybe you have somebody in your surrounding that isn't really good in cooking, needs some inspiration, new ideas, just need to know how to cook homemade food, okay? Because you're gonna see, I'm gonna talk to about it today, how it can change your trajectory of your financial wealth, your financial health in your life. Because this was a great change for us for the past almost 4 years. The changes that we slowly integrated in our daily routine, making homemade food, starting to be really, really frugal and making everything, we got more money. In fact, we have the same money we used to have, but we are wiser in the way we're spending it. So I'm going to send it to my group to make sure that they are inspired. So it's a bilingual group, so feel free to join. It's always a pleasure to have more people on my group. And it's also the interaction that we have together, because sometimes you're going to inspire me with a recipe you're going to try and you're going to share on the group. Maybe it's a product you're using and you're really, really in love and you're going to share it to the group. And of course, I'm going to encourage you to share, chat, talk with me, like Dominic is there. We have Stephanie also. So the more you're going to comment, the more you're going to ask questions, the more you're going to reply, your chances of going into, there it is, into my little container, my little pot, so you to be in the draw of $100 of surprise Tupperware. So you're getting a box or a bag, depending if you're passing at home or I'm sending it to you by Puro later. But you're getting a surprise package worth of $100 of Tupperware, and you're only paying $40. So you're getting a 60% rebate on it. And it's me that's packaging it. So I'm making a surprise gift for you. So that's really, really exciting. But if you want to be in the draw, you need to be in the pot. That means you need to comment, okay? So, Dame, je compte sur toi pour les goûter, les challenger dans le chat. So, you guys, I want to know, how are you doing? How was your Wednesday? And for the center of the question is, what are you having for supper? Okay, because it all starts with that, with food. And I feel like a teenager each time I say that, because my son is like always like, Mom, I'm hungry. Mom, what do we eat? He just ate the breakfast and he's still thinking about food. But yeah, so like I was saying, it was a big change for us just to see where we were putting our money in our food. Okay, because when you are properly organized, you know exactly how to preserve your food, how to store it, how to keep it longer, fresher. You won't be throwing food in the garbage anymore. Okay, because one thing I remember really clearly in my mind, and tell me in the comments, maybe it's you, maybe it was your mom and dad. I remember Saturday morning, okay, every Saturday morning, my mom sat at the kitchen table with a pen and a paper. My dad was in the fridge with the garbage bag just beside it and cleaning the fridge. He was doing that every week. Every week he was throwing food in the garbage. Imagine it like this. You're taking a cucumber, you're putting it in the garbage. It's like cha-ching. You're taking tomatoes that aren't good anymore, you're putting it in the garbage. Cha-ching. You're not throwing food, you're throwing money. Okay? So remember, especially now, these times are hard, are difficult. Food is so expensive, you guys. Okay? Tell me in the comments. I want to know, oh, you made a macaroni salad with leftovers veggies? That what I love, Stephanie, because yes, you sometimes we do have leftovers. Sometimes we have like vegetables that we don't exactly know what to do with. Use them. Do like I like it to call it a macaroni pitch pitch. So you throw everything in it and you make something great and nice. I love it, Steph. Great job. Yes, I'm ready to papater, Dominique. What are you having for supper, Dom? Qu'est-ce que tu manges pour souper, Dom? So yeah. So if it's the first time you're seeing me, I'm going to present myself because, hey, you want to know who's cooking in front of you, okay? So my name is Melissa. I'm 38 years old. I have a beautiful son named Nathan, which is 12 years old and a half, almost 13, full teenager vibe. Full teenager vibe, which was really funny because he's growing out his hair. I don't know why. Well, in fact, I know. He says there's one hockey player that he really likes him. I don't even remember. Nah, c'est quoi le nom du hockeyeur? See, full teenager. He has his earmuffs on his. He's not even listening to me. Well, there's one hockey player that he really likes, and he has those luscious long hair. Anyways, he's growing his hair out, and he came back from school and was like, "Mom, can you like tie my hair?" I'm like, "What?" Yeah, he's like, "Can you make me a ponytail?" Nathan, your hair like long like that, you're gonna have like not even a bun. You're gonna have a little tree on your head. Nah, that's fine, Mama. So I made him his little tree on his head, but I just flip it out and put some bobby pins. But teenagers, you guys, oh my god, and it's just starting. Oh, yeah. So we have one beautiful son, and I've been with his dad, David, for the past 18 years. Yes, 18 years with my partner. He's tough. He's a tough cookie to endure everything there because you're going to see I'm one clumsy, messy, curious creature, if I can describe myself like so. But he loves me. Hey, he loves me. So I guess we're the perfect match. Okay, Isabel, I'm so happy to know that you feel the same way. Isabel and I, it's like we're sisters from another mother. Okay, we're like so similar. So tonight, I decided I wanted to do like an Asian vibe recipe. I don't know why I keep taking out from the freezer beef. Okay, so beef there, but you don't want to eat the same thing over and over and over. So now I was like, I took out my freezer meat and I have beef cubes. And I was like, oh, that's good, but I don't want to make a regular stew. It's like, oh, it's summer. I don't want to have something heavy, but I still have to use them. And I love fondue. Okay, I love Chinese fondue, but my husband doesn't. Okay, David eats it. Okay, he says it's way too long. Okay, he says I'm way too hungry to wait for my food to cook. Give me something ready in front of me. Okay, it's comme ça, dame. La fondue c'est trop long. Donne-moi à manger, femme. No. Okay, he's not like that. Don't worry, David is really respectful, but it's too long. So I was like, what can I do? So I found this recipe of, it's a beef stew, but it's with orange and ginger. You can use bok choy. I don't have any bok choy, but I have a lot of broccoli. So it's going to be like a beef broccoli, but with another twist. Okay. So if it's the first time you're looking at me cooking, you're going to know that I love just changing recipes or giving it a personal twist. And that's why I'm having so much fun in my kitchen. You would have to know that I was somebody that used to love cooking. And one day when I decided to open my daycare, I was cooking so much that I lost the pleasure in cooking. It was such a task, long and messy, that I decided to order from a caterer because I said, heck no, I'm finished with cooking. So I ordered from a caterer, but the thing is, I still had to make breakfast, supper, and the weekend meal. So was I saving time? No. Was I saving money? Heck no, because it was expensive. And I just can't imagine how much it would be now. But it was, the problem was the root problem was I wasn't organized. Okay. I'm a messy person, remember? So I need to be organized. I need to know what's in my fridge. I need to know what's in my freezer, in my pantry. I need the base to be able to cook something quickly any time of the day. But that wasn't the case at the time. So if you would open my pantry, you would get a ransack of all bags falling on you. Okay, you would open my fridge, you couldn't find anything. Okay, so that was how messy my kitchen was. So when Tupperware entered in my life, got organized, I was able to see, oh, well, that's not that difficult cooking homemade food. In fact, it's fun. I'm having more fun once again in the kitchen, cooking food. And you have to know, people, that when you're cooking something for yourself, for your partner, for your family, when you're having fun, you're putting so much love in your plate, in your meals, and it's you can see it. People see it. It's made with love, and it's fun to appreciate something together around the table. Okay, you know that feeling of like just eating and chatting and knowing how your day was, around a dish that you made with love for your family. Oh, you have one daughter 27, one boy 24, and a little granddaughter of 3 years old. That's so sweet. That's so sweet. Danny will be 14 this month, and oh boy, also with long hair, grew it out since COVID, and oh boy, worse than a girl. I'm jealous, Isabelle. I'm jealous of Nathan's hair, because you have to know, okay, it's not, you might not see it because I'm trying to hide it, but I have really scarce hair. There's like no hair. Okay, you can see the bottom of my head. Okay, and it's something that really annoys me, but it's genetics. Okay, my grandma, you could see her skull. My aunt, it's the same thing. My mom, not so. It's my grandma and my aunt, it's on my father's side, but I have really thin hair. But my son, it's like that big luscious crinière de lion, you know, that lion, I don't know how you call it, but it's fluffy. Okay, yes, fluffy. And I was like playing, like, can you give me some? Please, I want those long, beautiful hair that you can whip on. But nah, that's not my case. But it's the case for Nathan. So yeah, keep it going. And in fact, he tried last year or the year before? He tried to get that long hair, and he wasn't able to last. It was longer than that. It was like his hair was going there. He was going for the Viking cut, okay, because we do LARP. So we get dressed as Vikings, we get dressed as medieval people, and long hair is really good also for boys, but he couldn't do it. But now he's like going for it, I think. Anyhow, we're gonna see. So first thing we're gonna do, because we have to start the recipe, you guys, talk. So we're gonna put in our meat, okay? So I won't be using it all. Of course, I'm gonna do another recipe tomorrow with the rest of my cubes. I could even use them to put on the barbecue, okay, if I would wish so, but I'm gonna do some here. Here we go. I'm gonna make sure that I break them apart. Here we go. Okay, perfect. So you see, I have like so I have at the bottom. You could serve this on a white regular rice, jasmine rice, basmati rice. That could make an awesome blend. Because you're gonna have a little sauce, okay, with it, with a sauce with a little bit of orange juice. So if you want to put it on the rice, it would be great. Maybe parallel lives, maybe, but it's so funny, really funny, Isabelle. So now the recipe that I'm going to give you, which you will find on my VIP group. What is my VIP group? It's called in French, Les Spéciaux de Melissa Leclerc, or in English, I like to call it Topside Your Life with Melissa. So you're going to find the recipe both in English and French, okay? And you're going to see that it says to put it 8 hours in a crock pot. Seriously, you guys, I don't have 8 hours, okay? I want it to be ready in a jiffy, okay? So that's why I'm using the pressure cooker, which will be ready in 30 minutes or less. Woohoo! Who likes to have a meal ready fast, okay? And what's awesome, it's going to go in my microwave It's going to cook by itself. It's going to stop by itself. So meanwhile, I can do the homework with Nata. I can just clean quickly because everything can go in the dishwasher. If you don't have one, give the job to your husband, okay? So you don't have to check the oven, the stove. There's no worries. It's gonna stop by itself. Yes, perfect for a messy person like me. So the recipe says 8 hours. Geez, okay, maybe if I started in the morning and I come back from work afterwards, but I don't like to leave something on at the house when I'm not there. Don't know for you guys, but I don't like it. So 30 minutes, it's a winner for me. So they say that once the 8 hours is done, you're going to put some cornstarch in water. You're going to add it to your mixture and cook it for another 10 minutes. Well, you guys, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add my cornstarch right now. Oh, that's not the cornstarch. This is the cornstarch. So make sure that when you're using your modular mates, first look at the colors, okay? And then make sure that you write on them what's inside of it, because you're going to see that when you have 3 modular mate, the same size with 3 different white powder, it's like hard to know what's in it unless you taste each. And usually it doesn't taste good because you don't put your sugar in that. Okay, so we're going to take 1 full scoop. Okay, 1 or 2. It's 2 full scoop. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix it with my beef. So it's going to help first my beef to stay juicy. And secondly, it's going to help thicken my my sauce. Okay, so I'm going to make sure that I mix everything properly. Here we go. So the cornstarch will thicken any dish that you have. Okay, so here it's done. So now what we're going to do is we're going to add all the goodies that goes into our stew. So what are we going to put in our stew? So we're going to put onions. Okay, so we're going to need 1 onion and ginger. So I love ginger. Do you guys love ginger? Smells so good, tastes so good, but it's expensive. Okay, you guys? And when you buy it, usually you have a big root. Okay, it's roots. And what my suggestion to you guys is to be able to keep it fresh, long, not to throw it in the garbage. Peel it all around, cut it in 1-inch pieces, and put it in a freezer mate and put it in the freezer. So did you know, you guys, that you can freeze your ginger? Okay, so we're gonna use ginger, which I'm gonna cut right now using my supersonic. Okay, so look at that. It's already minced really thinly. Perfect. I would still be cutting there and probably cutting my fingers. Okay, so when we're talking about saving time in the kitchen, is cooking faster, taking 30 minutes instead of taking 8 hours, taking like 10 seconds instead of 5-10 minutes cutting the ingredients. Look at my onion. Okay, tell me in the comments, do you have the supersonic? Okay, and if so, what do you use it more often for? Okay, I basically chop a lot of my vegetables with it. This, you guys, you can keep it, put it in a freezer mate, and take it out when you have 4 cups. You'll be able to simply add water and some seasoning, and you're going to have a beautiful veggie broth that you can let it simmer a few hours, and you're going to have a homemade broth. As simple as that. So see, once again, my onions. And onions is something that you don't want to cut with your knife, okay? Do you want to spend like the next 10 minutes crying your life out? No, you want to have fun in the kitchen, not crying. So this, you see, there's no like fumes or anything. It's easy. My hands don't smell the onion. It's perfect. And it's chopped perfectly. Okay, you guys? So we're going to use a spatula. I should have at least another spatula somewhere. I have so many spatulas, but feels like I don't have any. Always running after my spatulas. So we're going to put our onion, our ginger. Here we go. So my spatula will help me out making sure that I get everything that's in my container. It's perfect. Here you go. So you need more than one. How many spatulas do you have? Okay, and guess how many I have, okay? Supersonic, okay, so you have the small, the medium, and the big one. Perfect, Mia. It's blue. It's blue, Mia. Well, it's hard to know to say, but it's the bigger one. It's like the bluish, purplish one, but it's the large, thin one. Okay, that's one size that I really, really love. Really useful. So I have my ginger, my onion. See, like so. Okay, we're gonna add some soy sauce. So I have my soy sauce here. You're gonna need, just making sure that what I'm putting in, where's my soy sauce? 2 tablespoons. Okay, 2 tablespoons. I love this one, okay, because look at it. I'm just gonna put it, and it's going to open itself. I said it's going to open. Oh, okay, it's dirty at the bottom. But see, I tilt it and it opens. I really love that. So it's easy to pour. So we need, how many? HD. 2. Is that right, Melissa? Yeah, 2. 2. Here we go. That's my second one. Perfect. And while I have it in my hands, I'm going to put it in my fridge to make sure to not forget putting it away. Then we're going to need some brown sugar. So now, since I used mine for my liquid, I'm going to use another one just that it doesn't stick. Okay, so we're going to go and grab some brown sugar, which I really need to get some more, you guys, because there's only this left. So I'm going to put 1 full tablespoon. Put that back on my counter. So this is where I have all my basic ingredients. So here we have some coffee, instant coffee. We have our brown sugar. This is sugar. This is flour. I have 2 kinds of rice. Arboreal rice, jasmine rice. I have oat, and I have my bubble tea that I can put in hot water to rehydrate them. So, hey, salut Linda, comment ça va? 6 spatula, Mia. Good. Anik, hey, Anik. So yeah, you need more than 1, okay? And that's awesome because you get one when you're taking either the small or the big kit. Because you know, I need to know that if you love Tupperware, if you want to purchase Tupperware, if you want to be organized in the kitchen, as I am, okay? And I'm just talking of getting organized, equipping yourself, okay? Buying, it's a choice, okay? There's no obligation. But if you want to be equipped like myself, you want to take the kit, okay? Why take the kit? First, you're getting all goodies, a lot of products like the spatula, like the measuring cups, like the measuring spoons, and you're getting your membership that it will help you, not help you, but let you purchase everything at 25% off. Woo-hoo! So guess how did I equip myself? That's the way I did, okay? And I want you guys to write me in the chat who has their membership. Qui a son abonnement? Écrivez-moi dans le chat. Non, dame. Et puis de patates. I don't have any more potatoes left. We used them all. So it's on my list for my grocery, but there's no more potatoes in my pantry. Well, you know, they got eaten. That's good. So we have our brown sugar. We're going to add some garlic. So this is garlic that I chopped, and I added some oil in it to make sure that I would be able to keep it. So I'm going to add some garlic. How many garlic? Garlic, you guys. 2. Okay. 2. Here we go. So I have my garlic. Gonna put it in the fridge too. So it's going to be easier to put everything back afterwards to clean my counter. Now we're going to add some orange zest. I don't have oranges, but I have clementines. So we're going to use that. So I'm going to just use a little bit of this zest. And you should, if you have some marmalade, okay, you can actually put some in the recipe. In fact, there's some marmalade in the recipe, but I don't have some. So what I'm going to do is I'm simply going to put my pieces of clementine in it. So it's going to bring out some flavors. So yeah, Asian people do use a lot of orange and things like that in their recipe. So I'm gonna, of course, don't worry, I cleaned my my skin before to make sure that I didn't have any chemicals on top. There you go. And we're gonna use our little orange peeler. So tell me in the comments, do you have your orange peeler at home? Okay, we used to give them away when we were doing home parties. So did you ever get your orange peeler? So yeah, I'm gonna add some pieces like that. That's gonna be awesome, really good. Okay, here you go. I love also cooking with a tagine, my chicken, and I can put some dates in it. That's really good also. So I love using fruits in my meals too. It helps use your fruits differently, and it brings flavors differently too. You got plenty. Yeah, you need more than one, especially because sometimes like you're looking for them and you can't find them. My son brings them all often also. And one thing, did you know that you can actually keep your peels? When you have a lot, you put it in a jar. You're going to add some vinegar and you're going to let it sit there for a while. And you're going to have a dishwasher rinser as a result with your orange peel, your citrus peel. That's amazing. So it's a way of using things you already have at home instead of purchasing a chemical product. New recipe, you guys, how to be frugal. So we have our clementines. We're gonna add, just to make sure I follow the recipe properly. Now we're gonna add some spices. Okay, so now we're gonna have some fun, you guys, okay? We need the 5 Chinese spices, okay? I don't have the mix at home. Am I going to go to the grocery store in a hurry and say, oh my God, I don't have the 5 mixed spices. I need it. I just need to go at the grocery store. Okay. What happened, you guys, when you are going to the grocery store for one thing only? There's one thing on your list only, okay? And you're going at the grocery store. What happens? Isabelle, dis-moi ce qui arrive quand tu as un item sur ta liste. Puis tu t'en vas à l'épicerie pour un item. What happens? On est pareil. We are all doing the same thing. We're going in for one item and we're going out with a full basket. So something that should have cost like $5 in the end will cost $100, $150, even maybe $200 because we said, oh, I need that. Oh, that looks good. Oh, I'm hungry. You're grabbing everything on your way. So if you can avoid going to the grocery store for one item only, please do so. And tonight we'll be using my mortar. I really love that's when you're using raw ingredients, you can actually have fun like this. And you can see my little witchy side, okay? Yeah, with my little pentacle. But we're gonna make our own mix of 5 spices, okay? So can you guess what's in the 5? Donc, qu'est-ce qui est dans le mélange des 5 épices chinoises? Can you guess? I'll come out with 5 bags. Yeah. You can do that, Stephanie. I feel you, girl. On sort avec un panier, Linda. Tellement. Tes mains sont pleines. Yeah, Isabelle. Because you're going to the grocery store and you only need one thing. So you're looking at the basket. I don't need it. But what happens is like you're taking that. And like you're like, and then you have something in between every fingers. And like you're going to the cashier and she says, you came only for one thing. Yeah, I did. But I couldn't let myself take all the things. Yeah. So yeah, that's why I'm not going to the grocery store. I will make my grocery get delivered. I'm that lazy. Moi, je suis paresseuse à ce point-là. C'est livré à maison. Il n'y en a plus de niaisage. No more flo. So the 5 spices recipe you're gonna need, okay? So you're gonna need some Szechuan. Okay, I'm gonna have a hard time saying it. Szechuan pepper. Okay, I don't have some, so I'm gonna be creative, and I'm gonna use some pepper seeds, and I'm gonna add. It's spicy pepper, in fact. Okay, so I'm gonna use a little bit of hot pepper. Okay, to make my mix. Okay. And what I love with that is you're gonna crush everything. You're like working in the lab in the medieval time. It's really, really fun. Okay. So of course, if you have the powder one, use the powder one. But yeah, I was out of pepper and powder, so I'm gonna use my mortar, which I really love using. It's easy. It's fun. Okay. You can even put the job to your son or your daughter. So we have the first ingredients we need. So this is in it. We're gonna need some cinnamon bark. I don't know how it's going to go well in that. Okay, so we're gonna try. Okay, because if you do have it in powder, use it in powder. But I wanted to use my mortar really and squish it. Okay, and what I'm gonna do is, since I have big pieces, I'm gonna put it in a pouch that's going to sit in it, okay? Because you don't want to have like big fibers like that. So I'm going to put it in a little bag, and I will be able to just remove the bag, okay? Simply since I will have big pieces. Here you go. So mixing everything together. Oh, that's so fun. I'm really having fun right now. I'm feeling witchy. Okay, sorry. I needed to do that. So here you go. We're going to add now yeah, fennel, la fenouil. Okay, so I don't have fenouil, but I look out and they say you can use dill, so I'm gonna use some dill instead. Here we go. Okay, and we're gonna use some, where is it? Oh yeah, it's here, star anise. Okay, so you need some star anise. It smells like la réglisse. Yeah, it smells like that. That's really funny. So we're gonna throw this in, some pieces, star anise. Here you go. And we're gonna crush it. Here you go. So we're gonna crush it. Here you go. And oh my God, it smells good. It smells really, really good. So of course, since I don't want to have all my spices, my chunks in my meal, I'm gonna use a tea bag. Okay. Is it this one? Yeah. So I have tea bags. So I'm going to use that to put my spices in it and let it sit in my recipe. So here you go. I'm going to use a funnel. I should have a funnel not too far. Usually I have one. I need to know where it was put. Okay, because I have somebody that comes doing my dishes, but I don't always know where she put it, or she's putting the things in. So I'm going to use my spoon instead. So you see, I'm going to put it in my little, and that's only because I use barks and things like that. If you only add powder, you can just drop it in right in, you guys. Okay. So I have my little pouch like that. I'm going to make a nut so it doesn't get released, but all the savors and the flavors will go into my stew. So don't worry. So I'm going to get crafty a little bit and make a nut. Here you go. Yeah, it's crafting time with Melissa. Welcome to Wednesday. What's cooking in Melissa's kitchen? We are doing craft. So here you go. We're going to put that. So we have our spices. It's going to sit there. It's going to stay there. I'm going to be able to just remove it afterwards. Yeah, you need to have more than one funnel. I only have one, and now your guess is as good as mine as where the heck it is. So we have this. Now there's only the liquid left, okay? So we're going to add some, there's salt to see. Yeah, there's salt. You can add some salt in it. Here you go. So you're going to need some beef broth. Now I don't have beef broth. I'm not there yet. I'm not doing my beef broth yet. But I do have some vegetable broth, which is perfect. I'm just going to add a little bit of bouillon. I'm going to use some broth, dry dehydrated broth, which I will put in my veggie broth just to bring out a little bit of the beef flavor. I'm trying to find where it, okay, 1 cup. I need 1 cup only. So I'm going to scoop 1 cup. 1 cup, 3/4 of a cup, 3/4 of a cup, 3/4 of a cup. Where is my cup? Oh, it's there. So we're going to take 1 cup. Here you go. Okay. We're going to add it to our mixture. And I'm just going to scoop a little bit of my beef powder in it to give this little beefy taste. Here we go. Okay. And we're going to add some orange juice, okay, to give it that little orange kick. And you need 1/2 cup, but you need some marmalade, okay? And I don't have some. So I'm going to put a little bit more of orange juice. Here we go. Okay, perfect. And one thing I know, probably at the end, since when you're cooking in the microwave, okay, with the cover on, it's going to stay humid, so there won't be that much evaporation, okay? So I might need, like 10 minutes before the end, add a little bit more cornstarch, okay? But that's why I'm going to put it 20 minutes. Check it. If it's not thick enough, I'm going to add a little bit of cornstarch, more cornstarch, and I'm going to put it back 10 minutes. Lastly, but not you're going to need some, okay, I don't have bok choy, but I'm going to use some broccoli. And now I'm really curious to see in what states, oh, now I'm surprised. It's the first time I bought it from Costco, and they come in small bags. You have like many little bags. Okay, so that might be fun, but it's not eco-friendly for 2 seconds. No, it's not eco-friendly. But anyways, I'm going to be able to put it in a freezer mate afterwards because I don't want it to be cut in a big iceberg. So we're going to put some broccoli. They look nice, though. They really look nice. So we're going to add some broccoli because we don't have bok choy, but it's fine. Here we go. And we're going to add our cover, and we're going to put it in the microwave. And at the end, we're going to be able to put it on a nice white rice, and we're going to be able to chop some great green onions that will be able to go on top just to bring out that little oniony flavor. So it's easy as this. You're going to get those 2 recipes on my group. So make sure that you click on the link and you join the group so you can get your recipes. And of course, I'm going to take pictures. I'm going to taste it for you guys, and you'll be able to see the result in 30 minutes, okay? But what I really want to end with, oh, salut ma belle Céline, Linda, c'est un ragoût de bœuf orange et gingembre. Yeah, it sounds good, eh, Yannick? But I just want to leave you guys with that, okay? If you don't already really, really expensive, okay? But we are able to afford it because we made those changes. Not eating out anymore as often as we used. I'm cooking homemade. I'm buying everything in special. I'm stocking everything. I'm using every bit. Okay, you see, this is going to be my dishwasher cleaner. Okay, this is going to be my broth. I'm using everything. Okay. There's nothing thrown away that cannot be used. So that's the way we change our lifestyle. And I was able to do simply because I said yes. So if you want to and start a brand new lifestyle in being eating healthier, having more time, being having more money, and making a difference for the environment, well, that's the start. That's where I started 3 years and a half ago, and that's where I suggest. And you have nothing to lose because when you take your kit, you're getting products. Okay, you're actually getting stuff at a really high rebate, and then you have a whole year to benefit the 25%. And if you want to sell around you, you can. And if you don't, it's up to you, you guys. Okay. So I'm so happy to be able to enjoy time with you guys every week by cooking some great recipes. So please feel free to join my group if you want a recipe. And if you want to start your new lifestyle by cooking homemade food and getting those trainings of how to use your product, well, click on the link, enroll. And if you want to simply buy what you saw because there's so many beautiful products, well, you can just shop also. Okay, it's like Amazon. So wish you a beautiful day. I'm gonna go and see who is the winner of $100. Dominic Tayo. Woohoo! So Dominic, you are the winner of our surprise box. I want to do another one. I'm gonna do another one. Okay, let's get free. Mathieu Noël. Mathieu aussi, c'est going souvent. So we have our two winners of a surprise box of $100 of Tupperware for only $40. If you want to claim it, just write to me. So wish you a great evening, you guys. We're going to see each other next week for another recipe at What's Cooking with Melissa. And if you are bilingual and you want to listen to me in French, well, tomorrow, 2 o'clock, it's a rendezvous, same place. Here you go. So have a great evening, you guys. Ciao.